It is June 3rd of the year 1980. It was a calm day. Weather forecast called for showers going into the night, but the day was warm, but not too hot, and fairly humid. People were outside. However, most of the dogs in the town of Grand Island, Nebraska, sat in the corners of their homes, hiding and whimpering, for they knew of the horrors that were coming with nightfall. The tornado outbreak had begun a day earlier, on June 2nd, producing strong twisters through Ohio, Indiana, and Iowa, with one tornado hitting Indianapolis. On June 3rd, tornadoes were touching down in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Nebraska. But in Grand Island, a city in the Sea of Grass that is the Nebraska Plains, had a relatively calm day. Horror would come to the town following sunset, however. As the sun went down, a supercell moved in over the city at 8 miles per hour from the northwest. At 8:45 p.m., the first tornado touched down 11 miles northwest of Grand Island. This 700-yard wide F3 tornado traveled 14.5 miles toward Grand Island in a twisting, erratic path before lifting 49 minutes after touching down. One woman was killed while driving to a relative's house. Another 25 were injured. The second tornado was an F1 that touched down north of Highway 2. This was an anticyclonic tornado which traveled clockwise opposed to counterclockwise. This tornado traveled 1 mile before lifting. The third twister touched down at 9:05 near Grand Island's airport. This F3 initially went north, then turned south, before traveling southeast over northern Grand Island, leaving a 3.7-mile long trail of destruction. There were no fatalities, but 40 people were injured before the tornado lifted over downtown. This twister was also anticyclonic. The fourth tornado and last anticyclonic tornado touched down near Highway 34, tracking southwest, then turning north. It covered 2.5 miles over 4 minutes. Following the fourth tornado was a brief period of about 26 minutes with no twisters. Then, at 10:16 p.m., an F4 tornado, called the South Locust Tornado, touched down over eastern Grand Island. It began traveling north before turning to the southwest. The twister traveled through Grand Island's business district, along residential streets, destroying everything in its path, before crossing Highway 34 and lifting a half mile to the southeast. The 1,000-yard wide monster of a tornado covered 6 miles, obliterating everything in its path, killing 4 and injuring numerous others. The sixth tornado was an F2 that traveled 4 miles over rural areas, injuring others, and the seventh was an F1 that covered open farmland. The Night of the Twisters was one of the most unique tornado events in the history of the United States. The event inspired a book and made-for-TV movie of the same name in 1996. The storm killed 5 people and destroyed $200 million worth of property. The debris was collected from the event into a memorial known as Tornado Hill, which you can visit in modern Grand Island. However, the people of Grand Island still bear the scars of this event.